I'm coming to you from Cinema Sickness's library, and we're going to get to the bottom of what is behind the adults only section. Let's look inside. Different Strokes? The Bike Man episode? That is adults only! What the hey, MegaPodTastic's Krazy Joe coming to you on a beautiful, beautiful June Monday. It is spectacular out here. This is the kind of weather I like. It's hot. Summer has finally arrived. The sun is shining. This is what June should be like. I've been waiting for weather like this, so I am pleased. Friday, some news came out that Gretchen Berg and Harberts, the producers and showrunners of Star Trek Discovery, have been let go due to being abusive, verbally abusive, to the other writers on the show. This is very upsetting news to me because, well, let's get one thing straight. They deserved it. They brought it on themselves. If they're being abusive to the writers in their employ, this is not a good thing. That's no room for that. So they did it to themselves. You can't really say, oh, they were dealt a bad hand there. I mean, like, they did it to themselves. So it's justified, but it's also upsetting because Star Trek Discovery has been the best new show of this past year. It's the first time in a long time that I got so invested in a television series that at the end of every episode I couldn't wait for the next episode. You know, they talk about television shows that are binge-worthy and how Netflix puts out all their shows at once and people will take a whole weekend and just sit and consume the whole show. I've never done that. Even with Netflix shows that I watch, like Jessica Jones or Daredevil, I watch them over time. I don't really have time to sit and binge a show like that with the kids and all. It's not easy. So I couldn't do something like that, and I've never done something like that. But I've also never had a desire to do something like that. But with Disco, I would have done it. With Disco, I would have sat and watched every episode if I could have, because they were that good. And at the end of every episode, I was like, oh boy, I want to see what's going to happen next. It was without question the best inaugural season that a Star Trek series has had since the original series. Now, that is twisted praise, because on one hand, yes, I'm saying it's great, but on the other hand, Star Trek has had a notoriously hard time in the spin-off shows of getting a strong season one. Every Star Trek show, the season one has suffered, and then it's gotten better as it went along. Next Generation, first season Next Generation episodes are almost unwatchable. DS9 was much better. DS9 probably has the best first season of any of the spin-offs. But even that, it again got much better as it went along. Voyager, season one's pretty bad. Good pilot episode, but after the pilot it kind of went downhill fast. That show got a lot better in season 4 when 7 of 9 came along. And Enterprise even needed a little time to find its feet. So every single Star Trek spin-off has had a weak season 1 and then got better as it went along. That is the exact opposite of the way it was with the original series, which had a really strong first and second season, and then the quality dipped in season 3. So it's funny, the original series, strong season 1, strong season 2, then the quality dipped, and every spin-off it has been the other way around until Disco. Disco is the first Star Trek show since the original to have a really good first season. And I don't know how much of that has to do with the showrunners, Gretchen Berg and Harberts, but I assume they had a lot to do with it. And now they're gone. Again, justified. They did it to themselves. But as a viewer of the show, this is troublesome because they may have been jerks, but they were really good at their jobs. And now, what's the show going to be like? Alex Kurtzman, who has been there since the beginning, but he wasn't the showrunner. He's a producer. He's taken over as the showrunner. Alex Kurtzman is going to be the showrunner for the remaining episodes of season 2. There were already 5 episodes in, so Berg and Harberts did the first 5 episodes of season 2. Now Kurtzman takes over. Alex Kurtzman, man, that stings. That stings knowing that he's going to be the showrunner, because Alex Kurtzman is a man who does not have a strong track record. Alex Kurtzman has had his name attached to several of the Michael Bay Transformers movies as a writer. He's not very good. He also wrote and directed the Tom Cruise Mummy movie, which is not as bad as people say it is. It's got some bright spots to it. The world building is very good, with especially the parts with Russell Crowe as Dr. Jekyll. You can see where they were going with that franchise, and I kind of hope they continue. But the world building for future films was stronger than the story they were telling in the first film. See, The Mummy, which I think it's better than it gets credit for, still not very good. And that's the guy we got now, Disco. This is very, very troubling. My only hope is that since season 2 is already in progress, that the season's been mapped out enough that he can't screw it up too much, and that hopefully CBS All Access finds someone much, much better for season 3, because, you know, it is possible that they got enough of season 2 mapped out that he can step in there and just kind of call the shots and not fiddle with it too much. But yeah, this is sad news for Disco fans. I support CBS All Access's decision to let them go, because, like I said, you can't be abusive to the writing staff. That is not the way to be. That is not the way to act. But we, the fans, are going to suffer now, because now we got Alex Kurtzman as the showrunner. So we'll see how it goes, I guess. We won't know till like January. I think season 2 premieres in January. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm watching over my shoulder here because there's a truck coming. I want to make sure it doesn't hit me. Okay, it went the other way. It turned. I thought it was coming at me. So that's why I'm kind of going. But no, I'm good. So there you go. Star Trek Disco Shakeup. I really hope this doesn't hurt the show, because, by God, season 1 was so good. I think it's the best Star Trek we've had since Deep Space Nine went off the air in '99. It's been a long time since we've had Star Trek that good, and Enterprise was a good show, but not this good. We'll see. I'm still hoping they cast Zachary Quinto as Spock, because if you saw the season finale, they're obviously they've run into the Enterprise under Captain Pike's Enterprise, and they've recast Pike. Actor Anson Mount from Marvel's The Inhumans is going to be playing Pike, but no word on who's going to be playing Spock. Now, I am a firm believer that it should be no one except for Zachary Quinto, unless if Quinto turns him down. If Quinto turns him down, there's nothing you can do, because you can't force the guy to play the part. If he doesn't want to play the part, he's not going to play the part. But they should go after Quinto with everything they've got, and there's a very good reason. Leonard Nimoy the man who most people agree owns the character of Spock. Nimoy gave Quinto his blessing. Nimoy worked with Quinto. Nimoy approved of Quinto's casting and the way he played the role. So there's really only one guy on the entire planet who has the blessing of Leonard Nimoy to run with that character, and that's Zachary Quinto. And even if you hated the Kelvin Universe movies, and I know a lot of people do, when I hear people complain about the Kelvin Universe movies, I don't usually hear complaints about the cast. It's usually complaints with the storytelling, the writing, the directing, things like that. But I don't hear many people saying, I don't like those movies because Zachary Quinto was horrible. So I think most fans, even the ones that hate those movies, agree that the performances were good. It's just the writing they had a problem with. I like those movies. 2 out of 3 of them I like. I like the first one, and I like Star Trek Beyond. I don't care for Into Darkness. Got a lot of problems with that movie, but Star Trek Beyond was really good. So there we go. That's where we stand. Disco. Just thought I'd do a little video, talk about it. Here's hoping for the best. Guess we find out in January. Keep on wearing those pajamas.